Hey guys, this is Austin, and today I'm here with a review of the OnLive MicroConsole. OnLive is a very different way of playing games than using an ordinary console or PC. It works by streaming your games from the cloud, using the internet, as opposed to playing them locally using some sort of disc like most consoles today. It's like the difference between watching a Blu-ray on a player beside your TV, or streaming it using Netflix. This allows the OnLive console to be small, really small. It's quite well designed with a pair of USB ports for connecting an optional mouse and keyboard up front and a generous selection of ports on the back. You'll find HDMI, AV, a 3.5mm audio jack, optical audio, Ethernet, and power. Not bad for a console that's roughly the size of a 3DS. What you won't find is Wi-Fi, which can be a problem if your TV isn't near your router. You also get quite a few accessories with the console, including cables for HDMI, micro USB for charging the wireless controller, Ethernet, as well as the OnLive controller itself. Speaking of, I quite like the controller. It feels like a mix between the Xbox 360 and PS3 controllers, with a very solid build and good layout. Using OnLive is as simple as it gets. Once you create your OnLive account, you have access to several features. The first is the Arena, which allows you to watch other people who are playing games live. Since it's all streamed, this only takes a few seconds to load, and can help you get a good idea of what a game is like before picking it up. There are also brag clips, where you can save clips from your games to brag about. Pretty cool, huh? As far as buying games goes, it's all done online through the OnLive service. There are two options, buying the game straight up or getting the PlayPack. The PlayPack is like GameFly. You pay $10 a month and can play any of the games in the PlayPack as much as you would like. Not every game on OnLive is in the PlayPack, but there are quite a few. You also do get a short demo if you want to give a game a shot before dropping your cash on it. All of this is pointless without talking about the actual gameplay itself though, right? On this front, it's just like how it runs on your PC, Mac, or Android phone or tablet, and almost entirely depends on your internet connection. OnLive recommends at minimum a 2 megabit connection, and recommends 5 megabits. This doesn't entirely sum up what you need, however. I have an 8 megabit connection, and while it usually runs reasonably well, if, for example, someone gets on Netflix or uses up the bandwidth while I'm gaming, the quality and latency will immediately drop off quite a bit. When no one is trying to sabotage my games, everything works fairly well. Considering that every control you send is being sent hundreds of miles away to the nearest OnLive location, I'm quite impressed. You will notice some slight lag between pressing a button and seeing something happen, however it's something I got used to pretty quickly. For most games it's no problem, however for some fast-paced games like first-person shooters it can be a disadvantage. Games are streamed at 720p and upscaled to 1080 by the console, and in general the graphics are similar to what you'll find in consoles. You do get some slight pixelation and loss of sharpness, but overall it's not bad and it's only something you'll notice if you're quite close to the screen. OnLive and the MicroConsole are very different from any type of gaming that's currently available. You get a lot of very cool pros, including being able to play any game in seconds, being able to play the same games on everything from this tiny console to an underpowered Mac or PC to even some Android phones and tablets. The PlayPack is awesome for the price and is honestly one of the biggest draws to using OnLive. And finally, the console itself is downright cheap as far as video game consoles go at only $100, with it occasionally being offered for free with the purchase of a big name title. On the other hand, OnLive is entirely, and when I say that I mean entirely, reliant on your internet connection. If it's out or even slow, the playability of games will rapidly fall off. You also have to be tethered to Ethernet or use something like a Wi-Fi bridge to get a connection, which can be complicated and increase lag. There also aren't that many games available for it, although there is a decent selection of top tier games with more added all the time. Overall, I recommend giving OnLive a shot using the free client for PC or Mac first just to see if it will run at all. If it does, then I can honestly say that the OnLive MicroConsole along with the PlayPack is one of the best deals in gaming. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more videos like this, be sure to subscribe.